Have you ever walked into a room and felt suffocated just by looking around? Piles of belongings, things you once thought you'd need later, now covered in dust and scattered everywhere. That feeling isn't just a fleeting discomfort. Studies show that clutter truly increases stress, makes daily life more difficult, and can even lead to anxiety and forgetfulness, especially for older adults. Emma's story is a vivid example of this. She had lived in her beloved home for over 30 years, a place where every corner held countless memories. However, over time, the items she once treasured slowly turned her home into a cramped storage space. Closets overflowed, pathways were blocked by unnecessary items, and each day felt heavier than the last. For Emma, decluttering wasn't just about tidying up, but about facing emotional attachments and the fear of letting go of the familiar. Fortunately, this journey doesn't require doing everything in one day. With just small steps, you can gradually feel a clear difference. Emma longed to reclaim peace in her living space, and in this video, we'll join her as she explores each room to transform her home into a lighter, more open place. Next, let's begin with the living room, the starting point for this positive transformation. The living room, the heart of the home, meant to be a place of relaxation and gathering, but for Emma, it had gradually become a stuffy, cramped space. As she began decluttering, Emma noticed a pile of old magazines and newspapers that had built up over time, many of them over 6 months old and collecting dust. Instead of throwing them all away, she carefully selected her favorite articles and took photos to store them digitally, preserving their sentimental value while saving space. Next, Emma turned to the faded or flattened decorative pillows. She chose to buy new, softer pillows to bring a fresh and cozy feel to the room. Decorative items were no exception. What once were charming decorations now only added to the clutter. Emma kept only a few truly meaningful pieces and decided to neatly store or donate the rest, making the shelves and tables feel more open. Importantly, she didn't forget to deal with excess furniture like an unused chair, a side table piled with unread mail, or an old entertainment cabinet that hadn't been used in ages. Removing these items not only created wider walkways, but also made the room safer, especially for an older person like herself. Once the work was done, Emma's living room took on a whole new look, spacious, comfortable, and truly welcoming. A promising start to her journey of refreshing the entire house. Next, let's join Emma in the kitchen to discover how to simplify the cooking space. After finishing the living room, Emma moved on to the kitchen, once the warm heart of the home, but now a place where cooking had become a challenge. The kitchen cabinets were packed tight, drawers barely closed, making it time-consuming and frustrating to find anything. Emma began by thoroughly inspecting every item in the pantry. She found many products that were expired or no longer useful, and quickly removed them to free up storage space. Next, she sorted through the messy collection of food containers. Many were missing lids or were cracked. Emma kept only the good quality sets that could be stacked neatly to save space. She didn't stop there. Emma also simplified her collection of cups and glasses, keeping only her favorites that were enough for daily use. Old cookware, like scratched nonstick pans or rusted baking trays, were replaced to ensure her health and safety. After everything was done, the kitchen looked noticeably tidier and brighter. Cooking became not only easier, but also a daily joy. And now, with the kitchen refreshed, Emma continued into the bedroom, where she hoped to rediscover complete peace in every night's sleep. The bedroom, which should have been the most peaceful place in the house, was making Emma feel suffocated every time she walked in. The closet was overloaded, shoes cluttered the floor, and piles of old belongings significantly shrank the restful space. Emma began her journey of refreshing this room by going through all her clothes. She applied a simple yet effective trick. She reversed the hangers when putting clothes away and only turned them back when wearing an item. After a while, she could easily spot which clothes were rarely or never used and donate them. This not only freed up space in the closet, but also made her feel lighter, knowing those clothes could be valuable to someone else. Next, Emma focused on her bedding. Some sets were too old, worn out, or no longer soft, which affected her sleep quality. She decided to replace them with higher quality bedding, creating a more comfortable and refreshed bedroom space. Not overlooking the details, Emma also organized her shoes. Pairs that were no longer comfortable or were damaged were removed, keeping only a few essential pairs for daily use. Emma also took the time to sort her jewelry box, keeping pieces with deep sentimental value and donating the rest to places in need. Once everything was in its place, Emma's bedroom had truly transformed. Neat, spacious, and most importantly, a space of complete relaxation, helping her enjoy deep and peaceful sleep. After reviving her private space, Emma decided to continue her journey, moving into her home office to tackle a new challenge: stacks of paperwork and outdated equipment. Emma's home office hadn't inspired her for a long time. It felt more like a maze of papers and tangled cables. Emma knew that to regain her focus and comfort while working, she needed to start with the basics. First, Emma dealt with a pile of old paperwork, paid bills, irrelevant letters, and outdated documents. She decided to digitize important papers by scanning and storing them electronically, while safely shredding the rest to protect her personal information. Next, she tackled the tangled cables and old electronic devices cluttering the room. Cables with unclear purposes or broken devices were gathered by Emma for recycling or safe disposal. She didn't stop there. Emma also took this opportunity to sort through office supplies. Pens that had run out of ink, old notebooks, or excess items were either discarded or packed up for donation to schools and community centers. Once the work was complete, Emma's workspace had become clean, tidy, and fully functional. She clearly felt the difference when everything was within easy reach, no longer having to rummage through chaos to find documents or supplies. Emma was ready to move on, aiming to refresh the bathroom next, a place that would bring her daily safety and comfort. Emma stepped into the bathroom with a clear goal: to turn it into a cleaner, safer space. First, she checked the medicine cabinet and noticed many bottles were expired or no longer necessary. Carefully, she disposed of them properly to avoid risks to health and the environment. Next, Emma looked at her cosmetics and personal care products. Items that were half-used, expired, or no longer suited her skin were neatly cleared out, keeping only what she truly needed for her daily routine. Not forgetting the small but important details, she reviewed all the towels in the room. Worn out, stained, or no longer soft towels were repurposed as cleaning rags or donated to animal rescue shelters. Once finished, Emma felt a clear difference. Her bathroom was now not only tidy, but also much safer and more convenient. Feeling relieved, Emma moved on to the next space, the garage and keepsake storage area, where old emotions awaited reorganization. The garage, once meant only for vehicles and essential items, was now filled with old tools and dust-covered keepsakes. Emma knew that to reclaim this space, she would have to face not only physical clutter, but also layers of emotions tied to it. She began by inspecting tools that hadn't been used in a long time. Broken, rusted, or useless items were confidently discarded, keeping only what was still necessary and functional. Then, she turned to the boxes full of keepsakes, from old birthday cards and her wedding dress to childhood drawings from her children. For each item, Emma took a moment to reminisce and ask herself, what is truly worth keeping? Keepsakes that held real meaning and cherished memories were either kept or carefully digitized for storage. As for the rest, Emma chose to donate or let them go in a gentle farewell. Once the work was done, the garage space felt noticeably clearer and tidier. Most importantly, Emma realized that decluttering didn't mean losing memories. On the contrary, it was a way to free herself from the weight of the past while keeping what truly mattered. Next, let's join Emma in the final part of this journey to fully experience the transformation of her living space and spirit. Standing in her now tidy living room, Emma felt a clear difference. No longer buried under piles of old newspapers or excess furniture, every corner of the house felt more spacious and comfortable than ever. The kitchen had also changed. The cabinets now held only fresh ingredients and useful tools, making cooking quicker and more enjoyable. The bedroom was no longer a cluttered storage space, but had become a true sanctuary with items she genuinely loved. These changes not only beautified her living space, but more importantly, helped Emma feel mentally lighter, as if an invisible burden had been lifted. The video also conveys a practical message. You don't need to do everything in one day. Start with one room, and gradually you'll see positive changes spread throughout your home. The decluttering journey with Emma was not just about refreshing her living space, but also about renewing her spirit. Room by room, she learned to let go of the unnecessary and keep only what truly matters and holds meaning. This is a gentle reminder that just by starting, even small steps can lead to significant transformation. Let your home become a place that nurtures peace and daily joy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share to spread the inspiration for a tidier life. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more great tips.